Hello everyone, my name is Alex Lazaris and I'm so excited to be here with you today on another Adobe Live Design Blitz. I'm getting all my words out there really fast this morning. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from around the world. I'm Alex Lazaris. I run a little design studio called Lazaris. You can check out our work at wearelazaris.com. But today, in case you've never been here before, Design Blitz is my hour-long stream where we sprint. And I mean sprint. We try to get through as much stuff as possible. Sometimes it's like a full brand. Sometimes it's just the marketing collateral. We've done this non-alcoholic wine brand, Rain, on stream before. So we did we did a couple of collateral pieces, and we did these like really fun like labels. The labels I tweaked a little bit, got them in studio, did a photo shoot. So now what we're going to do is we're going to actually make a real case study. We're going to post it on Behance. Probably won't get it all done in a day, but we're just going to try to get it done in an hour, really quick. I'm going to start showing you, okay, now that we did the initial brand stuff, then the labels changed. So we're going to update the collateral, change it out, really start to build a cohesive case study. And I'm going to walk you through how I think through these things, how I build my Behance case studies, and how I try to build them in a way that I think both resonates with their audience, but also like gets you, some likes, some clicks, some follows, all that good stuff for your own Behance case studies. So without further ado, we're going to jump into it. I'm going to give you a quick recap on where we were at on the project before. This is full transparency. Obviously, I'm showing you how the sausage is made. Not cleaned up anything since last time we chatted. I see a bunch of people in chat. If you're on chat, come on over, ask questions. I'll be reading from YouTube and from Behance. So be.net/Adobe Live. What's up, Jeffrey? Keon, I see you. What's up, Carol, Cody? Happy Wednesday. Oh my God, words are so hard. The dates are flying. All right, so originally when we were looking at this brand, I took some competitors. I was like, okay, non-alcoholic wines. Who's doing something cool? Who's doing something interesting? Is there anything I like that they're doing or not like? And how do we like differentiate it? I really like this I love the type system, the breaking of the grids and everything. I think that's really clever, fun, feels good. I also like the number motif. Didn't like the free or fray. I assume it's free. This is fun. The hollow leg. Muri's just like really simple. This Chardonnay feels like Sapporo, the beer brand. And then I started I guess this is another non-alcoholic cover art. It's very pixelated. But you can kind of see the space. Very light, whatever. I wanted to do something that felt like more like concert posters or woodcut block type and felt more, like a poster design. I wanted it to feel like interesting and intriguing. I see you, Robert. What's up? How you doing? Hello. Then we played with some type settings. We got all these goodies in here. I didn't know this before I started doing this project, but wine can also, I always thought just all wines were vegetarian and vegan. No, people add additives to it and they can have animal byproducts in it. So I had no idea, which is crazy. So the more I learn, the more you learn as well. So that's really fun. What up, Peter? Hello, Moto Man. That's me. What's up, Axel? How you doing? Oh, Axel. You're the Axel I met the other day. Yeah, we met in AIGA LA. He said he's never watched my stream before. You see this? Welcome, Axel. Thanks for hanging out. Hilarious. It's a small world. All right, dope. All right, so yeah, we ended up doing a bunch of the different type settings, starting to get into okay, do we start to list out the tasting notes inside these wines, things like that. We ended up doing some label designs. I wanted to bring the gradient into it. We did some Behance mockups really quick. These all looked bad. I didn't like the direction by the end of the stream. This, not fun as well. I went through a whole lot of negative self-talk on this project where I was like, it can be better. It can be better. It can be better. There's some fun ones. I like the contrast of this where it feels like a brown almost with these colors. I think it's unconventional color palette blending, which is kind of cool. But I ended up with this gradient on top and bottom with the rain like wine craft in the middle. And that's what ended up getting on these beauty bottles. So we got wherever that thing is. So you can see them, the real. So yeah, now we're going to do that. We did a shoot. I don't need to bore you all with all the images that I did with it. But I can show you some really quick updates. I ended up doing a couple different shots for this. Let's see here. Is this a... Yeah. All right. So I did a on white. Axel says, sorry about that, but I'm here to learn now. No worries, dude. It's all good. I did on white seamless. I wanted to see like, okay, if I was to put this on a piece of collateral, maybe I could do the gradient, reinforce the color palette on the label as well. So I did a 3-up, and then I started making some like marketing collateral for this. I think we can make this into a GIF later on for our case study potentially. Again, leveraging the type system that we're already putting on the label, but then reinforcing it again in the collateral system seemed like a really interesting opportunity. I also went in and cleaned up the like artifacts on the wine bottles themselves. You can see here the Pinot Noir. So I did some simple on white shots, and then I did some photo composite with throwing the gradients in there. I ended up also shooting them on color backdrops. I really, really love this blue. I've loved this blue for a long time. I think it's really punchy. I think it's part of like my Greek heritage is just to love this blue. But also it feels kind of 80s in a way. Like I think between the way the bottle is lit, the way the backdrop is lit, and then the little bit of noise on the image feels a little retro. It's kind of fun. So all that's really working for me. There was another idea I also had with this this photo shoot. Is this it? I might not have saved it yet. Actually, let's just open it up in Photoshop. I didn't save out a JPEG of it anyways, and I'll show you what I ended up doing. So give you a little bit behind the scenes on my photo retouching for this project. Besides just like cleaning up the artifacts, I could show you some stuff some tips and tricks really quickly on that before we jump into the rest of the case study stuff. All right. So this image, I unplugged the hard drive because it causes issues. So I can't show you like all the iterations of the photos, but this image in particular, I did a photo recomposite of, let's see here. Let me show you if I can just duplicate this and pull it up to the top. So this is what the original image looks like. I also like retouched a bunch of stuff on it. So you don't have as many like artifacts or like dust particles and stuff like that. So I've already taken that out. This is kind of like what was captured in camera. No filter, like no color adjustments, no brightness adjustments, things like that. I shot this with a gobo. So I tried to put this light shine across the label and in the backdrop, but for the life of me, I could not get it to work in camera. I think it's just the way that the lighting setup for it was, trying to line that up vertically. It just kept going a little bit too low, and so it just wasn't working. So what I ended up doing for this project was like having to Photoshop it in on all three of them. But I liked the idea still, and that's where the idea came from, was like this gobo, where we ended up taking it and horizontally lighting it. So I ended up going in, and you can see this label here. The label is blown out in the middle, so it's really legible. So I took another photo. Let me just disable this layer mask. You can see this is what this photo looked. So I just adjust the lighting, made sure that the label was legible, and then I just composite it on top. So that way it's like really, really like kind of flat, but you're not seeing like huge artifacts or issues. You could even like lower the opacity if you wanted some of that natural lighting artifacts on there, but I didn't want it. So I just cleaned it all up by having a flat lighting on the label. Peter says it's the lighting, not easy shooting still lifes. Nah, it's not. It's kind of just, you got to deal with it and do it in post, We'll do it in post. So yeah, all that. Let's see here. I did some color corrections, a gradient fill on the bottom with a layer mask around the bottle. And then a middle gradient for this blue and a layer mask around the bottle there. What else? There's like a artifact from the gobo where it was not perfectly horizontal. You can see it kind of dipping off on the lower right. So I just ended up patching that in. So yeah, that's how that works. Let me export that really quick. Carol says, have you tried Dimension? Yes, I've tried with Dimension. Dimension's great. I have done a bunch of streams on Adobe Dimension way back in the day. But at this point, the reason why I chose to shoot this in camera rather than 3D is that depending on the mockup and the 3D mockup you're getting with the 3D objects, you don't have as much control. And there's also not like glass artifacts. There's not glass textures. For like a wine bottle, for me, like getting a physical sample in hand and being able to like control the lighting, choose a different bottle if I want to, relatively like inexpensively, and then because I have all the camera and lighting and studio equipment, this is way more functional for me to use than like a 3D object, and it has the benefits of it being real, not just like a 3D object. So when possible, trying to make real mockups is ideal for me. Like even when I'm using mockups that I get from the internet or whatever for my brand studies, like I didn't for the shoot. I should have shot some business cards as well on those backdrops to make it like even more consistent. So you'll see as we're trying to work through this project, I'm kicking for myself for not remembering to take it, but I was in a lot of rush for doing our chateau pop-up the other day. So yeah, and also we get Lightroom. So I mean, you can still bring your Dimension images into Lightroom and do some tweaks there if you want. You just don't have as much raw data to play with. But yeah, I like Dimension a lot. I use Dimension a lot for like mockups and like getting the initial idea there for clients. But also labels are like relatively easy to get made. So getting them made and like showing the actual client in hand is like really nice. Jeffrey says, I'm excited, literally building case studies now. That's awesome. Hell yeah, that's great. All right, we're gonna send it. Let's get into it. We got those. Let's see. So I did one for the Zinfandel and the Pinot Noir as well. That's yeah, I got that. Oh, that's the full color. And then I've got the, man, did I not export this too? Gotta export that as well. So I've got a horizontal one for these, and then I've also got the full color one, and then I've got them on white. So it's a good range of images, and that should give us like a good amount of collateral to work from. Carol says, I'm not a photographer, so don't use it. Peter, but I get it. Yeah. I would encourage you, if you ever need like more settings to play with in like Photoshop, working in Lightroom is like really lovely for if you have like raw images. Even if you don't, some of the settings are, I don't know. I guess you can do it in Photoshop too. It's just nice for batching and stuff. All right, we got this. Let's start by making a Behance project. Behance, boom. So go to behance.net. Small portfolio site. You probably never heard of it, I know. You can go to your profile, go in here, and then go to your share your work. Start, build a complete case study. Boom. I like to start these off with like a huge image of some sort. I think we would probably, let's figure it out. So we've got this image that we can play with. I think it's kind of a boring image to start with. So I might want to just, actually, no, we should make it cool. All right. We're making case studies anyways, so we might as well have a cool one. Let's do the white 3-up bottle that we have. If I can find it. Oh, there we go. Bring it into Photoshop. And then, weirdly, the brightness on this is very, very high. So I'm just lowering the brightness ever so slightly. I'm going to grab some gradients. Question is, do I want to use like what's in the foreground, which is the Zinfandel. Let's see here. So we've got these like really fun pieces of copy. Maybe I'll throw it in here at the bottom. I think I might, maybe I'll do like 3 different gradients over it. So let's just do some like color, darken, dissolve. Let's grab this gradient from this red, grab that, I'll do a gradient. How is that color? That is not that color. And then so we got that one. This is a pink. Just going to see if we can do like a 3-up of these gradients real quick. Jeffrey, you said you were working on case studies right now. What are you working on? Keon says, hope everybody's doing good. Thanks, Keon. Hope you're doing well. All right, we got the pink. Now we're going to do a green. And then another layer. We'll group that green, and then we'll do blue. Grab that. So I want to start this header image by being really impactful. So that's why we're doing this real quick. And then another layer. And then I'm going to group those together, blue. And then I'm going to go and mask each of these. I think maybe that's fine. Oops. Just going to split it down that way. And then I'll give myself the green. And then pink, or blue needs the then pink will get the opposite. Little pixel stretch between those. Maybe that's fine. Maybe this is absolutely terrible. That was a terrible idea. We'll see. Let's grab the non-alcoholic wine signage here. Smart object. Boom. Also, these all need to be grouped. And then I'm going to grab the bottles with the object selection tool. And then I'm going to mask it and then invert the mask. Yeah, that looks not good. I don't love it, chat. I don't love it. All right, let's see here. We got. Oh, I'm trying to think. What is a good? Okay. Think Laz. All right, we're gonna skip this image first. I'm just gonna put like. I'm just gonna put it in here for a placeholder. We're gonna skip it. We'll come back to it. I think I'll probably do like. Honestly. Okay, not skipping it that hard. I'm going to do this. 1400 by 8. Inches. Now I want pixels. I'm gonna do okay. Behance images like to be 1400 wide at least. I'm gonna do 800. Boom. I'm gonna shrink this to match. And then I'm gonna do that. Let's see here. How they. Yeah, this is gonna feel much better. So now this kind of like intros the brand. What I can do after this stream is I can bring it into After Effects, do a little like animation for it. That feel really good. I'll grab this, artboard, export. Artboard 46. Screen, let's do that. I think also what I might do is like let me grab that, and then I'm going to grab the gradient on here, and then I'm going to just eyedropper this and this. I might make it like more of a purple or something. That actually won't look good online, so we're not going to do that. Image, cool, explorations, cool. That's a starter. We can go in and tweak it afterwards. I probably export it at like 144 or 300, and then we go into it. Do a little caption case study. Typically I'll do like a Helvetica bold, text in black, confirm. Then I like will grab paragraph copy. I've already got some I can use. Just a little descriptor of like what the project is actually about. I'll post that in there. And typically I'll do like a courier new, no bold, and then shrink it down to like 16 potentially, or yeah, I think that's fine. Cool. Now I can start going into the actual like, wine project. Each of these I'll probably do as like, okay, we've got like a hero image across, and then I'll probably pair it with like a gallery view of like the actual marketing piece itself and then a secondary element. This is actually a really tall image that I'm looking at it now. So we're just gonna bring that in. Bring it into here, and then I'm gonna like edit canvas size. And so it's like 1400 now, or I need 1400, and then I'll do like 800. So everything's kind of like, it's a huge crop on that. And let's see here. Whoa, where's the image? Canvas size 1400, 800, and then I'll shrink it down. Little tiny on my screen. All right. I wonder where like the halfway mark is actually on this image. Okay, so we got, I think that's probably pretty good. All right, what we can do here is just export as JPEG 7 quality. Okay, I'll do like BE. Just label it that way so I can like know what kind of quality standard it's at. Place image, go in here, Behance, boom. By doing that, I don't have to scroll as far to get through this image. I'm gonna have to upres this before it becomes an actual case study. You can see it's kind of crunchy, so I'll adjust that canvas later. We're just getting a placeholder in to see the flow. Let's do grid view here. What do I want to pair this with? So I'm gonna do one image on the grid, being the, oh, I know what I can pair it with actually. I'm going to pair these two together. And then I'm going to put the marketing zinf on one side and then the other image on the other side. Once this loads, I can like move it around. I can square crop this image as well, so it's like more equal, which I think I'll do. So one of the things when I'm building like a Behance case study is like if I do a gallery grid, this like couple pixel divider here is great. I like it. I wish I could like adjust it because now I've got this huge gap here. So typically what I'll do is go into settings, styles actually, and then I'm going to just lower the content spacing just to, whoa, get out of here. Just to have my pixels kind of match the whole way. It looks like that might be 4 pixels. And then that obviously creates this like spacing issue. So I just typically like do a space after and before just to give the type a little bit of padding. You don't want to like over index on padding with this method because if you're like looking at a mobile and you have a huge gap, it's going to make it weird for people that are on Behance on their mobile phone. Cool. So we've got this like Zinfandel here. I'm going to adjust that crop. I'm going to do a, I'm going to do a square. I'm going to just go up into the crop 1-1, and then I'll probably one. It's probably good actually. Export. If I need to, I could do generative fill. Let's see how it feels once I get there. I'm gonna shrink it down to like 50% of that. Still big, but I think it'll be fine. I'm gonna do BE square. Just labeling stuff so I know kind of the resolution and stuff quickly at a glance. Because I will have to add this to my website also, and that's going to require different resolution sizes. Cool. So we've got that here. Those three are interesting. I feel like I need to add like a brand collateral piece here, or like lifestyle stuff. So maybe I'll add like some lifestyle brand secondary elements. I've got a couple of stock assets that I grabbed earlier. It's like a red one, some like spilt wine glasses, but that's not really feeling like the vibe for this. And then this like image, let's see. We'll see where we go with it. I'm going to add some like brand collateral in this space now, I think. Jeffrey says, I'm a costume artisan, so showing from concept to finished product. That's awesome. Work in TV and theater. Wow, congrats. That's a really cool space to be working in. It's awesome. Share your work. Love to see it. All right, so we got those images. Let's do now we need to do like a mock-up for it. Should we get the content flow? All right, let's do that real quick and then, no. Because trying to think it was like what's best for y'all at home. Yeah, let's do another mock-up real quick. You can already assume I'm going to repeat this grid structure that we already just used. We had a couple from our previous stream. Oh, here we go. Yeah. This is great. This is what I need. All right. This will be a little divider. I don't want to do little dividers between all the brand stuff. So let's grab this dark green. Let's see what we can grab here. Boom, boom. Seat color. Let's change it out. Bright. Cool. And then we can do like I'm gonna grab this. Whoa. Why are you changing on me? Oh, it's because it's like a little gradient in here. Hello? Color wheel? Where are you? Sometimes you just gotta cheat. All right, grab that. All right, let's see. Boop, 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 boop. And then we're gonna go into this. So I really like the idea of like having the gradient on the tote bag. Smart object. Let's crank it up. Boom. Has anybody started watching the new Lazaris anime yet on HBO? Just random thoughts with me. Not biased. It's spelled with a U, not an I. So, but it is amazing so far. It's only one episode in, but it's pretty cool. Let me grab. I think honestly I just grabbed this. The craft. I don't need everybody to know that's like a non-alcoholic wine. I think it could just be cool on its own. Oh, that's kind of sweet. I'm gonna do like a curves adjustment on this entire image just to punch everything up a little bit more. It says screen at 100. I'll probably screen at like 50. Do I want a screen or? I think that's fine. The craft is pretty big, so I'm gonna shrink it real quick. Let's see here, throw it in here. Ew. Okay, split the difference. All right, that's cool. Let's export this. I think this, I'll probably just need to crop it as a little bit as well. So see what 16:9 is. Yeah. Boom. Access says pretty cool mockup. I like it. This is from Format Mockups. Check them out. Sometimes they do like a Black Friday sale or a sale, and you can get some pretty good mockups at like a really good discount. I think that's how I got this. It's like I got the entire store for like a nice discount. Carol says it is. Fill it with wine bottles. It's a great idea. Yeah, replace it. All right, we got that. Now we'll throw that in here. Insert. Boom, boom, boom. Cool. So now we've got like 3 images and then like a collateral piece, 3 images, collateral piece. So that's the goal for how I'm building this case study. I think it gives it like a nice flow where you see like the entire bottle, a marketing piece for it, and then it goes into a case study element. So we're gonna do that again. Let's grab this guy. Cool. Let's crop that and then export as JPEG. Patrick Benny, hey everyone. Hey Patrick. So 50% on that. Boom. BE. Cool, we got that. Exporting. Now we'll grab this one and then do a 1x1 crop on it. And then crop that. And then export this. So we're moving. We're doing pretty good, chat. I think we might be able to get it done. Let's see here. I say that famous last words. BE square. Boom. All right, and then we go into image. Boom. Then we go into grid view, images, and then we pair that with those. Bliss says, hey all, tardy to the party, but happy to be here. Welcome, Bliss. Welcome. We are, since you're tardy, I'll catch you up. We're doing case studies in Behance and Photoshop, building upon a previous project we worked on Design Blitz. These wine bottles, shot them. Now we're making a case study really quick, as quickly as possible. And then we're going to ship it. All right, I'm going to edit this grid and match this. That way it kind of follows in the same pattern as the one before it. Now we need a collateral piece for it. Let's see, mockups. What else we got? this one's probably pretty fun. Let's do something with it real quick. Format mockups. Let's see here. I need this blue background. And we'll do grab this, throw it in here, shrink it, and then I'm going to do some like type for it. Let's see here. I forget how I did this type. Is it just typing it? Let's see here. Wine tasting field guide. The complete all encompassing just shrinking that letting. Is that how you spell all encompassing? It is not. Maybe this is too silly. I don't know yet. Let's see what it looks like on the mockup first. Yikes. I think I'll do, what is that called here? This is this typeface. FBS DOMs, all right. Let's make sure it's all caps and try that. Wine tasting guide. Just grabbing that. Okay, let's make it big, big, big. Tasting guide, and then Command J to duplicate it, and then I'll pull it down at the bottom. All right, let's save that and see how we're doing. Wine tasting guide. It feels like it's just like missing a lot on this. Maybe I need to do a different mockup really quick. Curves. What do you think, chat? It's missing something, right? This is not what we thought we were going to be doing with this image. What if I did a... see if I can do anything interesting with this. Interesting. That actually might be Come on, let's see here. Carol said, is that big print for seniors? It is. I just wanted you to all be able to see it from wherever you're located in the world. I wanted you to be able to see the font from outer space. I think that's headed in the right track. Let's see. I don't know if I want that or if I want the pink. No. Let's see here. Okay. Do I want to do anything with this? If I do a linear burn might actually be interesting. I'm trying to see if I can bring the gradient into some of these images to make it feel like it's on brand. Oh, I also realized that. Ooh, I wonder if this is gonna work. I forgot that we need like a horizontal as well. We need like a 16:9 image to keep the formatting going. So if I was to do that, I would need like this. There's no way generative fill is gonna give me this, right? No way. Generative expand, let's see. I mean, I already did it. All right, just fine. There's no way this is gonna work. I'm doing this in the hopes that I'll be pleasantly surprised. Let's see. Let's see. Ooh, there's too many straight lines. Hey, it's gonna be tough. Honestly, I'm pretty impressed. I'm gonna just duplicate this, use the left one, and then use the right one on this one, and then do like a mask and see. Okay, I'm going to, what am I doing with the mask? Delete layer mask. Okay. Cool. So then if I do, the Adobe Tile guy did pretty good. He did great. Good job, Adobe Tile guy. Or girl. Gal. Let's just get rid of that. Like whatever. That's fine there. And then I liked, did I like that? No, it's awkward on both of them. It's a little funky on this left side right there, but like, it's pretty good. Pretty darn good. All right, let's cook that one up. Let's ship it. That feels better. Whatever. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good. Yeah, it's just that corner there is a little funky. We'll just little export. I'll name it test. I can go clean that up afterwards. Let's throw that in here. I might just do a grid view with that original image in there, to be honest, as well. Peter's leaving. Later, Peter. See you later. And then I'll throw in the other items. Let's do that really, really fast. I am speed. Shrink it down. export as 50%. I'll get that there. Boom. Export. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Square crop this. 1, 1. Boom. Export as. And then I'll scale it down to like 50%. And then BE. We'll add another gallery view. Boom. And we want the red. Cool, got those in there. Those are loading. What can we do really, really quick? What other mockups do we have? Oh, I wanted to do this one. I think would be fun with this gal. Just a business card. We'll throw this in here and use this here. Boom. And then I'll do a solid white, boom. Keep the business card nice and clean, like an American Psycho. Boom. Adjust this texture. Do that. Boom. Grab this. Grab this color, the pink, and then go into this. Add a little gradient, I think. Cancel. Boom. Gradient G. I'm like running out of time. I love getting it under the wire. And then I'll do another layer. And then export as boom, boom, boom. 50%. Great. Ship it. BE. Cool. Ship it. And then we'll post it right here underneath all that. Boom. All right. We have like no time at all. So really quickly, we did a recap. We did it in an hour. Very happy with us. I'll probably just change one little mockup at the end. We got this header image. I'll animate. We got boom. Marketing collateral. We got the wine bottles in there. We got some like branded assets, some collateral systems, boom, 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 boom. And then like a little business card at the end, and we'll save that draft. We did it, y'all. We made it under the time. Thank you so much for hanging out. Make sure you stick around. We got more Adobe Live after this. See y'all soon. Bye-bye, everyone.